Good evening and welcome to Peichin Stable on what's the last Friday of May. Glorious evening, still sunny. It just looks like weekend might be quite good, which is great. And what I'm enjoying today is a glass of orange wine. Orange? Actually, I couldn't find an orange. We will cover about orange wine another day. Might need a bit more time. So today I thought I'm just going to give you a bit of a update on, did I put Slovenia? Slovenia. Bit of tongue in cheek, obviously. So Slovenia, there's a few more wines from Slovenia. The one I'm drinking today is Atelier Kramar Primario from Goriška Breda, which is a region in Slovenia where the second name, as you can see, is quite difficult to pronounce. I think that's probably one of the reasons. And I thought, you know what? I don't think there's a lot of Slovenian wines out there. I don't know if you have come across to it. And the first time that I think there was a change in this market in terms of Slovenian wines was probably around 4 years ago. Remember when I was at Majestic Wines, head of sourcing, and one of the brilliant buyers there, James Reed, he was looking after Italy, and one day he said, "Oh, I have this wine. It's a Sauvignon Blanc, Rivola Gialla from Slovenia." I was like, right, okay, let's have a taste. We had a blind tasting. Blind tasting is just when you taste the wine and you don't know what's in the glass. It doesn't mean you have to be blind or blindfolded, but you don't know what's in the glass. So I thought, actually, this is really good Sauvignon Blanc. Where's it from? He said, well, it's from Slovenia. I said, that's interesting. So we put it on the stores, and there was a bit of battle actually. He was quite persistent. He was like having a tremendous faith in it and saying, no, this must go on the stores, come on. And we had a bit of like a very cheeky stake with him. He's like, okay, right, are we going to have a bet on this? Are you sure you're going to sell? I said, yeah, you will see. And well, it became a kind of like a part of the small history there, because it became a very successful wine actually. So successful that later on, when Majestic launched one of their own label brands with Majestic Presents, Slovenia was featured. So what's about Slovenia? Why are we talking about Slovenia? Why is relevant? And I think possibly one of the reasons why it's a bit unknown is because as a region has been less prominent like Italy. In terms of regions, a bit more difficult to pronounce, like if you think about Verona or if you think about Sicily, everybody's familiar with those areas, whereas regions like Goriška Breda is like, not sure where that is. And if you have with that some of the indigenous grapes, that they are terrific grapes, but only found most of times in that area, makes it a bit more difficult to get. So in the case of Slovenian wines, think about it as cousins from Italian wines. So if you think about the northeast of Italy, it's a bit more north of Verona, you find all the Friuli. So just next to it you have Slovenia. And when James went there, by the way, cheers James, if you're watching this, I'll drop you a note later on. Most of the times you go there and you switch from one area to the other. So what I think I wanted to share with you today is about, when it comes to wines, to me, it's more about style rather than region. So always feature wines, and I think about what is going to be bringing me. Is it an occasion? Is it for summer? Is it winter? What food is going to go with it, and who's going to be enjoying it? Rather than, oh, I must have tonight wine from Tuscany. I must have it, I'm craving for that. Not really. And actually, you know what, in terms of regions, some, 10, 20 years ago, the regions were very specific, and you could have a very defined type of wines in different areas. So when people talk about wines from Rioja, like, okay, of course it's going to be oaky, it's going to be quite velvety, but definitely it's going to have quite age to it. And when you had a wine from Bordeaux, it would be very structured, quite lean if you want, but quite structured, and definitely a bit of tannin. Whereas since actually very, very recently, you can make a lot of other styles anywhere. Apart from natural wines that they have their own book and their own gospel on making wines very different from everybody else, even in regions, they manage to improve winemaking in a way that makes it really, really enjoyable. So this is cheers to Slovenia wine. Cheers and thanks to James Reed for bringing the Slovenian wines to the UK in a way that make a transition to the mass market. And look, enjoy this weekend. Fingers crossed it's going to be sunny. And look, from next week we're going to have more mass gatherings on barbecue, at least up to 6 people. So all for it. Have a good evening.